المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد ريان سيلسمان. Good afternoon, Mr. Ryan.
Good afternoon.
At the first, Alhamdulillah, at the first, welcome to Emarati program, and it is our pleasure to visit you in your amazing office, and we would like to know more about you. Who is Ryan?
Who is Ryan? Ryan is an architect that grew up in London. Originally, I'm from Jamaica, but all of my life was in London. I studied at Westminster University. I came here now about 15 years ago. My family have been here for 35 years, working with the Alpha Tame family, and this is home. So now for us, you know, my dad is in construction. He is like my boss. And it runs in the family. So we've helped build Dubai. So his first job, for instance, was Festival City when it first started all those years ago. From that city walk, La Mer, downtown, all of it. And in that time, I was studying architecture, and I came here and I was involved in those buildings, interning. You know, maybe like when they were building City Walk, I was directly under the design manager, learning. And in that time, I went into commercial architecture. Then I went into signage during COVID, and I did a lot of projects for PIF in Saudi. Then I moved into residential architecture. Then I moved into fit out. And now today, I have my own company.
Let us know more about the company which you established. What's the company strategy?
Okay, so
from the experience which you had in the markets before.
Yeah, so it was very, very important for where I am today that I went through everything that I went through. And you know how they say on your journey, everything is experience, nothing is bad, right? And this is, at the time you don't know it, but it's led me completely to this point.
Sure.
So when I was in commercial architecture, I learned the basics and the premise of architecture. I learned how to build these towers, you know, learn how to concept and all of these things. That then led me into signage, even when I lost my job during this period because of COVID. As you know, everyone ran to Saudi. At this time, I was in signage, and it allowed me to go from something very big to something very small, where I had more control. I was head of projects for a company at that point, and every single day from my bedroom, my home office almost, I was speaking to PIF Saudi Fund and delivering signage packages. Now, this, at the time, you don't realize it, but it grew me to speak. So I was able to speak to people who had way more experience than more experience than myself, but I was speaking from passion. Artistry, still I was providing, you know, that in smaller signage packages. That allowed me to get signage kind of confirmed and built in Al Ula, in Diriyah Gate, in Neom, one of the Foster's buildings, the Marine Life Institute. I designed specifically the signage for outside, inside there. I have the original models on my computer. But that then allowed me to kind of come back into architecture, residential architecture. So my experience in this now, you have to understand that I've gone from commercial architecture, which is where most architects want to be. Yeah, you're conditioned to think that you should be working for the biggest firm on the biggest tower. But all of a sudden now, I'd gone to signage, which architects don't like. You know, you're grown not to, you know, you do architecture and that's it. Then I've gone to residential architecture. Again, architects, they're a bit funny. They don't really like residential architecture. It's a smaller thing, right?
Right, of course.
In
small
this
project.
Yeah, exactly. So in this time, I learned, again, more control, but also higher engagement with client, higher engagement with families. What do they want? And that's key, because that's the whole premise of architecture, people. Yeah. So even if you're doing a massive tower, you don't stay in the massive tower, you stay in a room in the massive tower, right? So all of that has led me to now this point where I'm doing these residential, very high-end residential architecture. Then I moved on to fit out. So now, in the 2.5 years that I was in fit out, I'm learning how to build, and I'm learning contracts, and I'm learning pricing. So now all of a sudden, I have 4 disciplines. I have architecture, I have interior design, I have fit out, some construction, but over business, essentially, right? All of these things now have aligned to get me to the point where I have the confidence to be able to step into the market and the flexibility to say, if you want, I will source your house, I will build it from the ground, I will do the architecture, I will do the interior,
You will have the
I will
key.
sell it. And you can have the key, yeah. Yeah.
So, Mr. Ryan, it was easy to establish the company and to move from an employee to employer. How it was the responsibility that time when you established it?
Absolutely not. It is not for everyone. It is not for everyone. In the first 4 to 5 months, you'll be questioning yourself.
What I'm doing here?
Yeah.
I know that.
Why? Yeah. You will be. It took me 6 months at the last hurdle, looking over the fence, saying, "Am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it?" And it's funny because I have my business partner now. His name is David. Yeah, like he gave me the mental capacity to think and say, "You can do it, and we will do it." And sometimes you need that, because I have the skill to do it. But did I believe in myself that I could do it myself? No, I didn't, because I was conditioned to be 9 to 5. This is my job. I work for my salary, so on and so on. Yeah, finished. So in the first 4 to 6 months, it's difficult. As you said, you're considering whether or not you've made the right choice. For sure, it's the right choice. But you need to be able to generate by yourself. You need to be not 9 to 5 hours. You work around the clock. This Eid, I had 1 day off. And even on that day, I was still on the phone, still working, you know.
You can be driver to the CEO, yeah. From all
Anything.
You
need me to paint? I'll paint.
Yeah. Ryan, what's your, we can say, strategy of your own company when you establish from the experience which you got? What line you would like or you love to move on it from fit out or commercial, residential? What line you are focusing on more?
Well, at the moment, the focus, the bread and butter of the company, the works that we have all the time is residential, middle market, because the middle market here is growing and it wasn't established before.
Right.
As you know, before it was have and have not.
Commercial or, yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. So the financial scale, it was either end. Now, in the last 5 years to 10 years, there has been a growing middle class, and this middle class, as more and more people come to Dubai, the population is growing. That middle class, they have money to spend, you know.
They know after the COVID-19, home it's very important to take care about it, to knowledge more about the interiors. I'm thinking from my way. After the COVID-19, I saw the growth of the residential more from commercial.
Yeah, exactly this. And everyone, to be honest with you, most companies are scared of what happened during this COVID period. Commercially, as you know, all of the big boys were here, all working, and the money was digital. When that money stopped and there was no physical cash, overheads, everyone lost their jobs, right? And you've got massive overheads. Those companies had to go where the money was good, which was Saudi. And then in that, Saudi made sure that it tied a lot of those companies in, so you couldn't just go and then come back. And then what that did in Dubai is it left a space for the medium-sized companies to step up into the larger ones who had vacated. So when the money came back and the F&B went crazy, as you said, now the residential went crazy. Residential firms that were only focusing on residential architecture in that COVID period, they grew. Now, the reason they grew is because the people who are cash buyers had money to spend because all of the property prices dropped.
Right.
So in that, but commercially, you couldn't finish anything. Right. So we focus on residential, but we also do commercial interiors, commercial architecture as well. It's just as and when. The main premise of the company is that we are designers. We will design whatever you want, and we'll do it with skill and with passion.
And you have all the services, we can say one-stop solution from one end.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Ryan, if we would like to know more about the competitor in the market, so what's make you difference between you and them? You have the experience of the market.
Yeah.
I'm sure from the strategy which you build it, you have your own mind, which we can say out of the box thinking. How you see and what's make you different?
So I would say what makes us kind of different at SHOA is that we have several disciplines and we are not scared. We do not focus specifically on one discipline and give you what a cookie cutter. We don't give you the same, which makes it easier for us to focus on that. What we do is we say, right, let me get to know you as an individual. If I know you as an individual, you don't like the same thing that maybe I like, but I have to cater for you and build for you. Yeah, so I need to
guide you.
Yeah, I need to get to know you, and then from getting to know you, you will guide me, even though you don't know it.
Right.
But I will know it. And I think that sensitivity, the fact that we have experience in designing a lot of different disciplines, and also the physical experience. So we are not what we call paper architects. So we don't just have a load of designs, just renders. You know, we have actually been on site. We are building. We have been in the showrooms, in the shops, Sheikh Zayed Road, Sharjah, Al Quaid. We have been there bartering for tiles. We've been there selecting grout. So we know physically how to get these things over the line. What is the monetary cost? This is what stands us out in the market. Because if you come to us and you say, Ryan, this is my budget, this is how much I got to spend, immediately I know where to place you, who to go to. I do not turn around to you and say, I'm so sorry, I only do work for this.
Or starting from that.
Exactly. Yeah, and that is a problem with a lot of, especially fit-out companies here in Dubai. Because there is no flexibility, because there are massive overheads, they themselves have pigeonholed themselves. They put themselves in a box. They will only do this work. It's not the case.
You're also doing renovation.
Yeah.
How you do the renovation? You move from the old or traditional project to the knowledge which we see in the market, so luxury. How you get that?
This one
What's the difficulties you find to change it?
The difficulties that we find in kind of renovation, because as I said to you, like I have villas, Pearl Jumeirah, Emerald Hills, Dubai Hills, but then also I might do an apartment for somebody who only wants the bathroom done for 30,000 dirhams. Yeah, so there's a massive difference, but it comes down to, again, passion. You know, I want to design, and I almost like dealing on that lower end better, because I know that that person has saved that money. Yeah, they have a family, maybe they're a new family, you know, it's their life savings. I know that I can help them impact their life. So when they turn around to me and they say, you know what, Ryan, like we have a young son, young daughter, this is our first house, we're moving in, and this is how much money we have. Then you know what I say? I say, okay, so let's make this money work for you. How can I maximize your spend on, you know, what you want to do in this house, this apartment? How can I make your life better? Yeah. Now, I think that stands us out different from a lot of the competition, and it also says it's given us experience. Because if you want 100 million dirham villa designed, I can, and we at SHOA, we can do it. If you want a 2-bedroom apartment designed, you know, 300,000, 350,000, we can do it. If you want that apartment sold, if you want for flipping, we can do it. So this is a different, but it's that experience now that is standing us very good in the market. So sometimes I might get phone calls and I'm not involved in the design, nor am I involved in the construction. But what they're asking me to do is to be client representative, because I can look at the BOQ and say, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. I can go to the contractor and say, okay, why are you building it like this? The material's not good, change it for this. So, or I can go and speak to the architect and say, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, with good experience.
So you look to build more connection or more relation with the different, we can say, category of people.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's more relationships, but also I'm not looking for money first. The first thing I look for is, do I like you? Can we, you know, I like a lot of people, but you know, can we work? And I'm passionate about my job, so I want to design. I design like many things. When I lost my job, I designed toothbrushes, I designed clothes, I designed teapots, and all of this kind of stuff. So when you come to me and you say, look, I got this apartment, I want to do something to it, that ignites my passion. Straight away, you're like, let's have a conversation. What can we do? And you feel then that I'm genuine and I'm there to help you, which I am. Then that's when you start going, okay, he's the guy. Yeah.
How many employees you have, and how do you select your team?
At the moment, we have 7 employees, and that ranges from technicians to 3D renderers, to also QS, drivers, this kind of thing. I select them on the basis of personality, actually, not necessarily skill. You have to have the skill, of course, but you can be amazing at your job. But if you're not flexible, if you're not willing to, if you're not passionate, a lot of the time as well, I really disagreed with how architectural hours worked. In our profession, it's like, you know, you must stay here until 1 a.m. in the morning to finish. And sometimes that's required, but not every day. It's not. So when it comes to breaks and stuff like this, my team, go home. What are you still doing there? Go home. No one's going to die.
So they come back with fresh mind.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to die. Go away. They can wait 1 day, come back, do it properly, make sure, you know. But when I don't have to ask them to stay, and that's a personality thing. So now me and them have that trust. If they know that they have work that needs to be done, they are staying. I don't have to say anything. They will stay on their own.
Everyone manage himself.
And that's the best way.
Timeline, very important. Relation, to build a strong relation with our supplier or subcontractor, also very important.
Correct, yes.
With the timeline, how you build that both parts. Timeline control and relation with the different companies who will work with us for suppliers or subcontractors.
The main one is actually meeting in person. Meeting in person and also being interested in what the subcontractor is doing. Because a lot of architects, again, unfortunately, they, you know, we hold ourselves in very high regard. Sometimes we walk around like this. But essentially, what you want to be doing is, if the subcontractor or the supplier, he comes to you and he says, look, I got a new product, or this is my team. Okay, sit with me face to face. What's your problem? Let's talk about it. You know, like, what can we do? We work together. We're a team. Yeah, we're a team. Let's work together to resolve it. Yeah, if you tell me timeline is more of an easy one, because experience-wise, you get to know how long things take. You can start to preempt and say, I know that, you know, NOC is going to take 1 month, 1.5 months, something like this, right? So already that's written off. But how can I continue to, you know,
to work without
yes, exactly. Yeah, small works permit. Maybe we end up doing I don't know.
Some of the community
design. Exactly. Maybe we do the plans first and a small render, and then we submit that, and then we're doing the design. You know, throughout this kind of thing. So like, you get to know with experience, but ultimately the subcontractor, the supplier, we're one team, and I'm interested because I like design. I want to know what new products you have, and you know these.
What's your future plan, Ryan?
My future plan.
What the next? Today you have your own company. Next 5 years, where we will see you, or we will meet you again?
I hope so. The next 5 years, I definitely want to continue to grow SHOA. SHOA is my baby. It's every architect's dream to be in this position now. 5 years' time, I think that I will be developing my own personal projects as well. Like I will be flipping completely.
I wish you all the best.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Today, I'm sure you have advice for anyone who are planning to come to invest in this peaceful country or to live in this peaceful environment. What you advise them from the experience which you got in UAE more than 15 years?
Dubai is...
Family almost here 35 years plus.
I know. Dubai, the feeling that I have for Dubai, even talking to you right now, is I get goosebumps, you know. Honestly, I get goosebumps because I love this country. And I think that it's given me so much. I've seen it grow from this high to now the height of the Burj Khalifa. You know, like honestly, like I feel I'm emotional, you know, but like I feel like Dubai has continued to just push and bring people and embrace people from all around the world and give them opportunities that they are no longer getting in their home countries. So for me and what I have today, I owe it to Dubai. For what my family has today, they owe it to Dubai. And it's only Dubai that gave us that opportunity to go and do that. So, yeah.
Sustainability, eco-friendly, technology, artificial intelligence, AI, all that we will put in one package question. How you see its help to grow the business and how we can invest on the AI or the artificial intelligence which help and which make our work more fast and smooth.
So I'll start with sustainability is always a difficult one because the climate is so at the other end of the scale. We're dealing with it and there are ways that we are, you know, getting on with it. To be truly sustainable, we still have a little bit more of a way to go as we look outside and see the buildings at the moment. But it is in the consciousness. So we know that it
our
has
vision
to
there or our goal.
Yes, we know we have to get there.
Yeah.
Now, when you're talking about AI, I have given a lot of talks on. AI, things happen in your life that you have to pay attention to. AI is one of them. Yeah, AI is definitely one of them. It's speeding up our process for sure. I mean, today I delivered a package. It took me 2 hours in the morning. Before 1-2 weeks, just to give you know an idea of concept, right? And this was, you know, a prominent package. This is for Design Week, you know, and the way that we use it as a tool, obviously you have to do inputs and you still have to work. It's not like AI just does it for you. You still have to navigate and know.
Find the right questions, answers, all that we need, yeah.
Well, it's providing me images, text, videos.
But you need to feed them.
You need to
the
feed
information,
it.
right?
Well, sometimes, okay, so like AI will do 30% of your finishing.
Human.
Yes.
Human touch must be there.
Yes, right? Yeah, 100%. But it's definitely something that you must look to invest in personally. You will see these adverts online that say, you know, don't get left behind. Believe me, they are correct. Because the amount of different AI now that does different things, not just ChatGPT, it is frightening and it's moving at such a rate that you cannot keep it. Every day a new AI thing pops up.
And very fast and easy to get the right information.
Yeah.
So Ryan, let us to know who's your main supporter and who's believe on your vision, who support you to be today in this level.
My dad, he is my king, honestly. When at a time when nobody else believed, he believed. Every day when he was here in Dubai and I was in London, where I studied at Westminster, my phone bill was £1,000, £2,000 every month, yeah? Because every day, 2 or 3 times a day, I would call him. Dad, what do you think? I'll do this. What do you think? I'm going through this. So I was pretty much alone studying in London. Mm-hmm. And at every single point where he was supposed to be the example for me, he was there standing strong. So I know when I have children and I know that every lesson that he has given to me, even if I did 50% and passed that on, he is the he.
There is a meaning.
This
of
is
it.
to him.
Right.
This will all be for him. Yeah, he will be looked after, and yeah.
So what you will tell him today on our camera?
What else? Thank you. thank you for believing in me, and thank you for all of your lessons.
Today, if you have a message, Ryan, to the UAE government and to
Yeah.
the UAE leaders for the safety of this country, for more than 280 nationalities, we live together, we support each other. What you will say for our leaders who built for us the smart government which make our life more easy and safe also?
Again, just absolutely thank you. The vision, the application, the forward thinking, the aspects that you are providing, for everyone that is here, but also just, it blows my mind. You're doing a great job. please continue to do a great job and allow people like me, expats, to come from different countries and honestly achieve their dreams. I cannot thank you enough. Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan, for your
Thank
time
you.
to
Yeah.
be with the Emirati program. It was our pleasure to visit you and to know more about your story. Our best wishes for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.